Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ismail Abdul Aleem, and I am a chaplain at the Indiana Department of Corrections. I work with the Muslims who are incarcerated in the state of Indiana, in the Indiana prison system. We have about 2,000 men who identify themselves as Muslims, and they are at various degrees in their Islam. I will understand, and I know for a fact, that 95% of you will be leaving prison at some time in your life. It's only a small percentage of men and women who will not leave the prison system. Therefore, the first thing and my first advice to you is to become prepared today for your re-entry into society from prison. And when I say that you must begin to prepare today, what I mean is that if you have not started your preparation for exiting the prison system, you are already behind. You've wasted a little bit of time, but now is not too late for you to begin that process of preparing yourself for your release. Number one, you should make a plan. What is your plan upon leaving the prison system? What are you going to do when you leave this prison system? You should make a plan for the first year, and then make maybe a 3-year plan and a 5-year plan and a long-term plan. Now, if your plan is to go back to prison, then you can just sit there and watch television and play video games all day. But you must begin to make a plan. You know that you're going to have to make a living. So part of that plan is, how is it that you're going to make a living? The Indiana system and most other prison systems, they offer a number of vocations. They offer education. They offer all sorts of things that you can use in order to prepare yourself for how you're going to make a living. There's the Department of Labor programs that is there. There is education where you can get a GED. You can get vocational training while you're inside the prison system. You know, you're at an advantage over other people because other people have to pay for that. For you, I think the only thing is that you have to sign up and become part of it. But that is the first plan for you, is what are you going to do now so that you'll be prepared when the day comes that it is time for you to leave. And time will go. Eventually, it will go. And it doesn't matter if you spend 20 years, 30 years, or 3 days inside the system, that you need to have preparation on where are you going to live? How are you going to make an honest living? How are you going to deal with the problems that you had in the past that led you into the system? And so on. How are you going to reunite with your family? Remember, a lot of us have burnt all sorts of bridges because of our behavior before that landed us in prison, that many of our family members are leery of us and not very trusting of us. So we have to repair those things also. So let me say it again. The beginning today, you should begin to prepare yourself for your release.
I wouldn't waste as much time, because while you're sitting down, you have the time to research, figure out what you want to do, who you are. So when you realize what you want to do and who you are, what's your future, your destination, you can focus on it. If you're a mechanic, you need to read about being a mechanic while in there. And if you feel like you want to be a philanthropist, learn what you have to do. Take advantage of your time. Don't engulf yourself all in Islamic knowledge. Focus on business knowledge or career knowledge, but with an Islamic moral standard. Learn your deen, but learn how you're going to apply your deen at the same time. Because we don't need no religious bums. We need religious brothers who are action orientated. So words is nothing. Action is what we care
Education,
about.
definitely a plus. Best thing you can do, take advantage of while you're in the system, because there'll come a time when you may not get a chance to do some of the things that you have the time for, such as study. Learn what you need to know as far as what is an obligation upon you and how to survive, and not just survive, but actually flourish in society, because when you come back out here, you still have to work. Well, what will you do for work? You know, how will you prepare yourself for work? Things of that nature. If you're not trying to prepare yourself, then when you get here, people do. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that people do what they know. So if all you do is what you know, then what you've been doing all this time is what you will return to doing. And when times get rough and hard, that's what you will revert to. Um, in martial arts, they have a thing where they teach you to go through forms, and martial arts, boxing, any type of fighting, and they teach you to go through these forms and teach you to spar and things like that, because when crunch time comes, your body will just react, and it'll react in a way where that's what it's been doing. Same premise applies. You do what you know. And so when times get hard, you'll do what you know. If the streets is what you know, that's what you'll revert to. So you have to study, know Islam, know yourself, and know what you're going to do to improve yourself and your way of life. You definitely don't want to go back to prison, because at the end of the day, who wants to be told what to do, where to do it, how to do it? You know, especially if it's a control mechanism and not for advancement. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us what to do, when to do, and how to do it, but it's for our own benefit. And so prison, definitely not what we
What
want
do
to
you
be.
feel you need to help you in your reentry? That's what you got prior to getting out. You know, you have to, or when, as soon immediately after getting out, you need to have a focused plan. There is no hocus pocus, there's only focus. So get your mind towards a plan of what you really need, not what you want, but what you really need to get to each level. And that's what you need to. A man without a plan plans to fail. So you need to have a plan when you come out. Uh, and then, in order for anybody to help you in your reentry. Thank you. I tried to go to school all I can while I was incarcerated, because I know that would be the thing that changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And it has blessed me. Um, so I advise everybody to get all the education you can to prepare yourself.